Okay, hi, my name is Liam Boland and I have never suffered from depression. So why am I making this video then? I have known people in my family or my friend groups who have it, and I think it's an important thing to talk about, destigmatize and inform people on. I'm not qualified, I'm not a professional, I just know what I've experienced with these people around me. And I want to tell you my thoughts on depression today. First of all, I'd like to let you know that depression is real. It's not something made up, it's not something that can go away. That doesn't mean that it can't get better though. It can get a lot better by doing various things. In a study conducted by Mental Health Ireland, they asked participants with depression what do they do to improve their mental health. 39% said exercise, 28% said talk to a family member or friend, 13% said eat healthy food, 10% said talk to a counsellor, and the final 10% said mindfulness or yoga. It can sometimes be hard for people to understand depression. Let me tell you this, people with depression don't understand it themselves. Depression is often called a disease. Diseases like that or alcoholism don't make sense. It doesn't make sense that someone would feel sad for no reason. It doesn't make sense that someone would want to lie in bed all day because they feel sad. It doesn't make sense that you would feel sad if everything is going right for you, but people do. Depression isn't just about being sad. It's about feeling so sad that it affects everything you do. It can affect your ability to work, study, eat, sleep, and just generally enjoy life. You might really want to do something or go someplace, but you're just unable to that day for whatever reason. And that's why I firmly believe that depression is a disability, and you will not be able to convince me otherwise. What's really hard is staying with them, supporting them, fighting their battles with them. It's hard. It's really hard sometimes. I think a lot of people make the mistake of presuming that if they support this person, fight their battles with them, that after a while it'll get easier. And often it does, but you have to be prepared for it to not get easier or relapse. It may never get 100% better, but you are doing people with depression a gigantic service by lending an ear and listening to them. Listening to their problems, no matter how long they talk for or how serious it is so beneficial. People with mental illness are very strong. People with mental illness have probably gone through so much more than you. They have been fighting battles behind the scenes a lot of times by themselves. They are human beings who deserve all the support and love that they can get. Friends and family members of people with depression are often negatively affected by it. They may be very worried about this person, they may be very stressed about the situation, but it is not that person's fault. Depression is nobody's fault. It's just one of those things in life that don't make sense. If you know someone with depression, or know someone who is close to that person with depression, either a family member or friend, ask them how they are feeling, multiple times. Once doesn't cut it. You can't just ask someone about it once and think, oh yeah, I ticked the box. No, if you do that, you're a dick. You often have no idea what this person or these people are going through. So ask them how they are every now and again, as much as you think they need it. I consider myself very privileged for multiple reasons. But one of the main reasons is because I have never suffered from a mental illness. Mental Health Ireland estimates that 1 in 10 people suffer from depression. That's 100 in 1,000 people. In a school of 750, that's 75 people. That's 2.5 classes, half a year group. That's a lot of people, and I'm sure we could only list out a handful of people who we know have depression. There are probably a lot of people that you know that are suffering with it behind the scenes. So just try and be kind to the people you meet, and always lend an ear and listen to that person for as long as they need. You know, once you know what to look out for, you'll realize how many people actually have depression, or some other kind of depression like bipolar or SAD, but you'll see the signs. The fake smiles, the little giggles to lighten the mood, the people who smile for an entire conversation, the people who get into sad moods a lot, the person in the room who isn't talking a lot, or maybe the person who spends a lot of time in their home because they feel more comfortable there. I've left the link to the website that I found all my statistics for in this video in the description. If you have made it to the end of this long video, I want to thank you for listening to my experiences, and hopefully you are more equipped for handling conversations with your friends or family who might have a mental illness or depression. And if you have a bit of extra time on your hands, I suggest that you read this really informative article called Depression Symptoms and Warning Signs. I've left the link to it in the description also. It takes about 10 minutes to read, but with this information you may be able to see if you or someone you know might have depression, or alternatively you'll really have the information to make someone feel a lot better in the future, make someone stay, or possibly even save a life one day. Yeah, it's an important thing to talk about with anyone. I'm Liam Boland, and I hope you're doing okay. I'll see you in the next one. See ya.